Hello, everybody. Gamma just got a new patch 0.9.4, and I'm currently recording this unedited more than likely because I am currently on France. If you didn't notice, I might be on a Steam Deck right now, so let's go ahead and get into this. This is the biggest patch that we've gotten in a while. We haven't really had a patch since 0.9.3, which was a while ago. This one, first of all, we're going to go over the newly added add-ons and updates, and I'll probably later on go over my opinions if I have any on stuff. So just going over some of the add-ons that were added. Free zoom update, that's to fix a few issues with free zoom. Workshopped optimization by Series. This is an amazing add-on. If you don't know, there's actually an optional mod already installed in Gamma called Unlimited Stash Weight, and I typically use it in my playthroughs. The issue with that mod was that once you would get a certain amount of weight in the workbench, it would become super laggy. Series completely fixed that. S.T.A.L.K.E.R pack by Series, once again, really good mod. What this does is basically makes it one of the major features that I enjoy of it is when you're down south and you haven't done the Miracle Machine or the Brain Scorcher, it will no longer give you Northern quests. It will wait until you finish both the Miracle Machine and the Brain Scorcher to give you Northern quests, which is really good because you can focus on doing stuff down south before going up. Extended movement sound effects, don't really know. I'm going to kind of skip over things that I'm not sure on because I don't really want to comment on them just in case. Screen space shaders update 23. Now, if I'm correct, this is the one that adds TAA, which if you don't know is temporal anti-aliasing. So yes, Gamma now has a built-in anti-aliasing system. So this should be good, assuming it's implemented well. I obviously can't check it out right now, so I'm not sure. The one major issue that people have with TAA is it typically blurs things when moving side to side. It looks great when you're standing still, but once you look around, it kind of becomes worse. I'm assuming, I haven't heard any bad things about it yet, so hopefully that's good. FTDA redone. This is pretty important for fixing some issues with busy hands that I have had in the past, if I remember correctly. Quick action wheel, finally. This is a mod that I think people have asked me the most about on my stream. Every time I bring up the quick action wheel, what is that? What mod is that? So there we go. Quick action wheel, Mags Redux Magnus. I don't really use Magnus Redux, but I'm sure someone's going to enjoy that. Let's see what else is going on here. A bunch of G-flats stuff, recruitable companions, individually convertible companions. As you can tell, I am not good at doing stuff live. Interaction dot marks. I'm assuming this is that new mod that deals with the UI that Grok was talking about, but I could be wrong about that. So let's go over the gameplay changes and fixes. So first of all, the health system adjustment. Remove the 1.25x multiplier for negative health regeneration in the display. I'm assuming this is just, it says in the display. I'm not really 100% sure what this is referring to exactly right now. Change health regeneration display magnitude to show as multiples. Increase bleeding chance by 5% plus minimal bleeding power. That's interesting. Okay. Defensive boost drug rebalances 300 seconds damage reduce of 4% to 8% to 12%. No dizziness, thirstiness, hungriness increments. Instant life recovery of 5, 10, 15. Okay. So the defensive drugs are getting rebalanced. I'm assuming this is obviously referring to morphine and everything surrounding that. Radiation effects and rebalance. Now, this is what I was looking forward to because I was told that supposedly we were going to have to no longer smoke a ton. So as we can see, no more coughing overlaps, which is good. Better, no damage with low rads, higher damage with high rads. Okay. More rads needed to start coughing. Good. Don't hear us coughing like crazy. Faster impact of rads on max stamina. Keeping low level of rads won't be dangerous for your health, only for your stamina. So that's an interesting way of doing things so that you don't get a little bit of radiation, you cough, and then immediately take like 10%, 15% of your health. Anomaly fixes, a fix for anomalous field damage over time. It was based on frame rate. Okay, I didn't even know that was a thing. So cool. Glad that's fixed. Tutorial system started by Sirius, finished by yours truly. Okay, I didn't even know that Sirius was working on this. I'm going to be honest. I don't remember him telling me about this, so that's interesting. Gamma tutorials with new player experience. So this is what Grok was talking about, where now there's going to be in-game tutorials for people who don't know. Obviously, I'm sure people will still watch YouTube videos going over stuff, but this is very good for new players because one of the top comments I get on videos is, hey, you got me into Gamma. I tried playing it. I didn't understand anything about it. If it wasn't for your videos, I would have quit. So this is good for people to actually learn how to play the game in the game rather than having to go on YouTube and figuring everything out. Vehicle changes. Okay, this is not something I was expecting. Added to Jupiter Zaton in the CMPP. Vehicle explosions don't send you to the moon anymore. I didn't even know this was the thing either. More tanky vehicles and improved vehicle lights L to activate. So for those who don't know, there's always been vehicles in Darkscape because that is a huge map and that was originally intended to have vehicles. The other maps, the only one that typically has vehicles that you can drive is if you do the Freedom mission where you're supposed to blow up the military APCs and you can go down there and you can actually ride them. But that's interesting. So Jupiter, Zaton, and the CPP. This is very important. Less empty Zaton. I've been talking about for so long that I would rather Grok focus on the north of the map rather than the south. Because in my opinion, the south of the map is good. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's constantly things for you to do. It is the north that is the problem. Zaton and, well, Jupiter, not really, but Zaton for the most part has always felt empty to me. So this is great. Replace the Swamp Village Ruin Rat Spawn. Okay. Removal of Sin in the Miracle Machine plus Miracle Machine changes. Okay, so he just decided to straight up remove Sin in the Miracle Machine. That's interesting. Originally, he just said that he was going to change the hallway that they spawn in, or the area that they spawn in. So that's interesting. A few changes in the Miracle Machine after it's cleared. That's interesting because I never go back in the Miracle Machine after it's cleared, honestly. Remove Falling Over animation after disabling Miracle Machine. That's good. Remove Ron's stock Mutant Arena and despawn Mutant Arena doors. This right here, performance reason. Yes. For those who don't know, if you have ever gone into raw stock and wondered why, for whatever reason, your FPS drops like 40 FPS when looking at the arena, this is why right here. So this is actually huge for raw stock running actually somewhat decently. Let's see, speed script fix for proper actor speed reset after loading. Oh, is this about the red line jacket and for whatever reason going through load zones and being super fast? If it's not, then I have no idea. Disable unlimited saves in underground levels. Oh, okay, so can't do that anymore. Crows play at emission start plus no crow sounds after sleeping. Oh, that's actually good. So when you wake up, you just won't hear crows anymore. Increase stalker population size. So that's interesting because a while ago, I think it was 0.9.1, Grok did try increasing the population size, but reverted it due to performance problems, if I remember correctly. So that's interesting. Decrease stalker size for a more lively zone and more smaller spots. Okay, so maybe that's like the balance reason that he did it. Economy and progression now. Drug making kit and agroprom underground test. Don't know what that's about. Apparently there's a drug making kit there now. Added 762 by 39 and 12.7 vodka trades in Yantar. Very, very nice. We can get more ammo in Yantar now. Blacklist ammo and attachments from specialized traders to avoid making a lot of money. I did not know this was a thing, so interesting. Model traders now sell both Warsaw Pack and NATO wet stuff, so that's interesting. Fixed artifacts drops on NPCs to avoid T3, T4 spawns on them. Dude, who's getting these lucky spawns? I have never gotten this before. Like, fixed artifacts drops. Like, have you ever gotten a T3, T4 artifact on, like, a random NPC? I haven't. A bit less shotguns, more SMGs on NPCs. Okay. I did not think this was a problem, really. I don't see shotguns as often, honestly, but cool. More SMGs. Bit more common Vector. Let's go. Bit more common Howa. These are the two guns that people joke about in my stream all the time because I have done so many hours of playthroughs and I've only seen the Vector one time in one of my series, and the Howa I've only seen, I think, maybe twice. Even more rare USP TAC 45. I think this is mainly due to the fact that this gun is pretty OP. Fixed PPSH stash drops. Okay, very, very good because you see the PPSH in like every fucking stash, at least for me. Rebalance grenade spawns. Didn't, I'm assuming this is adding more grenade spawns, maybe? Because I feel like we don't really get as many grenades as we used to, but I could be wrong about that. Monolith Blade as rare Monolith drop. Add an RPG 7 to more NPC categories, but at a much more rare rate. Okay, please tell me at a much more rare rate is serious, because I have been scared in my One Life series that I'm just gonna get randomly RPG'd by some dude. So this scares me a lot, but let's hope for the best. Artifact crafting rebalance. Increase necessary mutant parts for... I remember him talking about this, yes. Artifact tier 4s are now drop only. Oh, no. Recipes for tier 4 drop only. Okay, so if you want the knot now, and I think it's the knot, the compass, and I'm gonna be real, I don't remember right now. I'm in France. I haven't played Gamma in like 3 weeks. Sorry. But yeah, same chance as extra repair kit. So yeah, that's gonna be rare. Now, my question is, can you get this from anyone, or is this only from like legends and masters similar to the extra repair kit? Increased tier 3 artifact recipe book price. Okay. Artifact spawning rebalance. Less delay between artifact spawn. That's good. Higher regular spawn chance. Good. Lower dynamic field spawn chance. Okay. So yeah, you won't see them like out in the open as often, or like in the dynamic anomaly spawns, but you will probably still see them in the same spots as they usually are. Starting loadout rebalance. Here we go. Update starting loadout list. No more unique weapons that can only be found within the starting loadout. TOS 106 replaced by 4 ammo mag variant and starting loadouts. The Mosin cost. So we actually talked about this. For those who don't know, I did a stream talking about the armor rebalance changes, and Grok actually joined in on that stream. And this is one of the things we talked about was no one chooses the Mosin, or at least I don't, because when you play on the hardest difficulty, that Mosin was literally all of your points. There was no reason to choose the Mosin. You couldn't even start with armor. So 800 points, very good. PPSH cost increase to 650 and limited to Warsaw Pack factions. You can blame this on me because during that stream, I talked about how good the PPSH was, and Grok was like, oh, well, I could increase the points and make, I think he said the ammo more expensive. I don't know if he ended up doing that or something like that. I don't remember. But yeah, so this cost increase is because of me. Removal of UDP9 for Mercs. That sucks for Mercs. UDP9 was so overpowered. Reduce the K98 start loadout, so that's also good because no reason to choose that anyways. T33 starting loadout cost to 200. Okay. Now let's go over the gunplay. Okay, so there's a couple of new guns added. The KSG-23 and the RSH-12, a revolver and a pump-action shotgun. Okay. Jam probability and weapon degradation rework. All guns have a base jamming probability, streamlined weapon jam probabilities. Suppressors now increase the jam chance. Okay. And streamlined weapon degradation parameters. So this is going to be interesting to mess around with and see how big of a deal it actually is. The MP5 SD has 40 bullet magazines by default. Okay. Strayer Scout now has a +5 AP boost. Let's go. I actually love the Strayer Scout, and this gives me even more of a reason to use it. Improved 545 recoil balance, higher on low tier, lower on high tier. Okay. Rebalance SVDS, and he's probably making this worse. Because, yeah, the SVDS PMC, if you could get it, was so good, especially when you swap the ammo to 5.56, if I remember correctly. Really good gun. Weapon cover tilt update, no clue. Reduce AUG, coil recoil, no clue. Yeah, I'm just going to skip over the stuff I literally have no idea about. Like, disable trail light for under barrel grenade launcher grenades. I don't know what this is talking about. Here we go. Some ammunition rebalance. Yep, good English. Slightly nerfed Hydroshock damage. Yep, we knew this was happening. We knew there was going to be a Hydroshock nerf eventually. Just didn't know how major it was going to be. Also, where... Okay, I don't know why my browser skipped up like that, but okay. So 64 to 60 and slightly increased Hydroshock price. So yeah, we knew this was coming. Good to see that it's not a huge nerf, honestly, but we'll see how this ends up affecting everything, whether you might want to run a different kind of ammo type. Same bullet speed and fire for all 9x39 weapons. Increased the box size by 1.16. Okay. Increased the price by a little bit. Decreased 76239 AP price. Bit slower 9x39 to be more realistic speed than other bullets. Increased 545 and 556 HP damage. Reduced penetration. Okay, so that's good for killing mutants. So this might actually be another alternative, is to just use your main weapon that you're using, I guess, early game to kill mutants instead of using Hydroshock. We'll see how big of a difference it actually makes with the increased amount of damage. Reduce the prices on the HP too. So yeah, I think he's trying to get you to use these more often. And slight increase of 556 FMJ pin from 27 to 29. Now onto combat. Let's see. Fixed FMJ versus AP round distribution for NPC ranks and factions. Merc NPCs use a okay, so this is scary. If you don't know why this is scary, for whatever reason, and I hope it's not just me, whenever I go to wild territory, the mercs from the top of the construction site, even if you are back where the trains are, can somehow hit me accurately with buckshot. And so I am scared that they're just going to headshot me with a slug randomly because I don't know what's with their accuracy. They are so good. So I'm a bit scared of that. Duty Masters use 545 AP instead of HP. Okay, don't really want to fight Duty Masters. Bandit Masters use 545 AP instead of HP. I don't know why they were using HP to begin with. Why not just FMJ, but okay. Reduce RPG 7 missile speed. Maybe we can dodge it. NPCs don't use RPG at close quarters. That's really good, actually. Removal of small caliber weapons on Master Legends. Okay, so they're definitely going to have better weaponry now. Higher chance of SMGs on low rank bandits. Sin and mutants are allies. Yep. So this was a plan that Grok was going to add before, but it didn't work, and so wasn't a thing. Now it's a thing. So we'll see how that goes. Reduce UDP 9 RPM so the NPC doesn't full auto with it. Didn't know that was a problem. Lab zombie in speed increase. Okay. Phantom's turnaround player fix. Okay. I never had this issue, so that's cool. Story NPCs are harder to kill for the player. Good. You have no idea how many times I've accidentally killed Rogue because bro looks like a monolith, dude. You'll be going to kill Eidolon or something, or you'll be doing the CMPP, and you just see Rogue and you just shoot him once and he's dead. And it's like, come on. All right, now on to the audio. Gamma no copyright, disabled by default. Sorry, streamers. It's okay. I'll make sure to freaking enable it, and we're just gonna skip over most of these. I don't think it's that important, honestly. No tinnitus sound effect, optional add-on, good. Enable helicopter sounds for Skyfall task, yeah. Overall improvements of all game sounds, that's good. Better dog, cat, boar, flesh, step sounds, okay. I hope better doesn't mean different, because I've gotten so used to how all the mutants sound to where I just hear the sound of their movement and I'm like, oh, I know what mutant it is, right? So hopefully This doesn't mean that they've been changed because that's going to be a pain in the ass to get used to. UI changes and fixes. Yeah, so there's this new interaction UI by Cat's Paw called interaction.marks. So I was right earlier when I mentioned it. And yeah, displaying interactable items from a distance with relevant actions. The looting is not done through holding F anymore. Holding F now spawns the quick action wheel made by Haruka. Okay. This will allow you to use consumables or certain items fast in the inventory. Just right click the items, add to wheel. Yep, so we know about that. So let's see, left control, full armor stat, radiation fixed display. Okay, so that was an issue for a while where for some reason, if you held down control to show the full stats of an armor as if it was repaired, it just wouldn't show radiation for whatever reason, so that's good. See if there's anything else important, or if we're just gonna move on to fixes real quick. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. So let's see if there's anything under fixes that's actually Saiga crash fix. That was an issue, okay. I knew about the AK-105 tactical kits crash fix for a while. Reload, unjam, keybind, correct text, and options menu. Yeah, I think we're just going to skip over most of this. Yeah, all right. So we're at the bottom now. So I guess I'm going to give my opinion on this patch. Now, Grok gave a warning ahead of time that this was not going to be a huge patch that adds a ton of stuff, that adds insane amounts of things and changes an insane amount of things. Because the next major patch that we are getting, which is not 1.0, by the way, Grok did say 1.0 will be the update that changes the entire storyline. So the next major update, so I'm assuming 0.9.5, is going to be the complete armor rebalance that we talked about in a previous video. So for the most part, this update does look good. None of these changes that I read are negative in any way. I think this is the first update in a while where I have been completely positive about every single change that has been made. Now, obviously, I can't test that right now. As I said, I'm in France. I have a Steam Deck. That's literally it. So you guys are going to have to test this out, download it, install it, and tell me down in the comment section below, how is this update? Is there anything you want changed or anything like that? Grok normally watches some of my videos, so maybe he'll see your comments down below. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this episode, and hopefully we'll be back to my regular content sometime soon. Peace.